What if I told you that after 40 years of working, after paying taxes, raising kids, showing up every single day, the number waiting for you at the finish line is this $88,000. That's not a typo. That is the median retirement savings for Americans right now. And half of the people watching this are on track for less than that. I'm Tara, and in the next 19 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening to retirement in America and how you can be in the half that doesn't end up broke. Before we get into the numbers, drop a comment right now. Where are you watching from? I'm talking city, state, country. Let me know. I've read every single one. I'll wait. Every 3 years, the Federal Reserve publishes a survey that is basically the X-ray of America's financial health. It's called the Survey of Consumer Finances. And the most recent one should have been front page news everywhere. For households where the head is between 55 and 64, people in their final working decade, the median retirement savings is approximately $134,000. Now, I know $134,000 might sound like, okay, not great, but not terrible. So let me break down what that actually means in real life. Using the standard 4% safe withdrawal rule, the gold standard of retirement planning, that $134,000 gives you $5,360 per year from your savings. That's $446 a month from everything you saved across an entire career. Add the average Social Security benefit, about $1,900 per month, and you're looking at $2,346 total monthly income for retirement. $2,346 a month to cover rent or mortgage, food, healthcare, transportation, everything. And here's the number that really haunts me. The bottom 50% of households aged 55 to 64, they have virtually zero retirement savings. Not low. Zero. They will rely entirely on Social Security, family support, or working until the body gives out. That's not my opinion. That's the data. And before anyone says, well, Tara, what about the average? The average, the mean, is around $400,000. But that number is pulled up by a tiny group of very wealthy households. When the mean is $400,000 and the median is $88,000, it means most people have very little, while a few people have enormous amounts. The average lies to you. The median tells the truth. Here's what makes this even more unsettling. The people retiring today with $88,400 in median savings, they actually had it easier than younger generations. Think about it. Many current retirees had defined benefit pensions. Their employer guaranteed income for life. Try finding one of those today. Many of them bought homes when housing was 2 or 3 times their annual income. Today, the average home costs nearly 6 to 8 times the median salary in most major cities. They had stable, long-term employment. They started careers with little to no student debt. Every single one of those advantages is either shrinking or completely gone for people in their 30s and 40s today. The generation that retired with $88,400 had tailwinds. The generation coming behind them faces headwinds. Without real behavioral changes, the retirement crisis doesn't get better. It gets worse. Now, I know that sounds bleak, But here's the thing about headwinds. Pilots don't cancel flights because of headwinds. They adjust their approach. So let's talk about the 5 specific places where the money goes wrong, because understanding the failure points is exactly how you find the intervention points. Failure point number 1, never starting. This is the silent killer. The most powerful ingredient in retirement success is time, not income, not investment genius. Time. Someone who invests $300 a month starting at 25 will accumulate dramatically more than someone investing $600 a month starting at 45. The early starter has 40 years of compounding. The late starter has 20 years of catching up. Even wilder? Someone who saved just $200 a month from age 22 to 30 and then stopped completely would have more at 65 than someone who saved $200 a month from 40 to 65. 10 years of early investing beats 25 years of late investing. Let that sink in. Failure point number 2, the middle age savings collapse. People who start saving in their 20s often stop in their 30s and 40s. Kids arrive, mortgages happen, lifestyle inflates. The retirement contribution gets temporarily paused. That temporary pause, it often lasts a decade, and that decade is the most expensive decade you'll ever not invest. Failure. Point number 3, cashing out when you change jobs. Studies show roughly 40% of workers cash out their 401k when they change jobs. The immediate cash feels great. The long-term cost is devastating. A 28-year-old who cashes out a $15,000 401k, pays penalties and taxes, walks away with maybe $10,000 cash. But what they really lose? At 8% annual returns over 37 years, that $15,000 would have grown to potentially over $250,000 at retirement. Always. Roll it over. Always. Failure. Point number 4, the catch-up fantasy. Too many people say, I'll start saving seriously in my 40s when I'm making more money. Here's the math. To retire with $500,000 at 65, starting at age 25, you need to save $285 a month. Wait until 45? You need $1,200 a month. That's 4 times more. Most people can't do that. Their expenses have peaked. Their lifestyle has solidified. The plan to catch up later crashes into the math of reality. Failure point number 5, saving the money but investing it wrong. Many workers keep their entire 401k in the default money market fund, earning 2 to 3% annually. They think they're being safe. They're actually being expensive. $400 a month for 35 years at 3% returns gives you about $295,000. The same contributions at 8% returns gives you $870,000. Same money, same time. $500,000 difference from investment choice alone. The investment is not the boring part. The investment is the part. You've made it to the halfway point. Congratulations on staying this far. That already puts you ahead of most people. This information could literally change your financial future. If it's helping you, do us a quick favor right now. Smash that like button. Toss, subscribe so you never miss a video. Share this with someone who needs to see it. You might save their retirement. Seriously. If this video has been eye-opening, hit that like button right now. It helps more people find this content. And subscribe, because what's coming in the second half? this is where it gets good. I want to introduce you to Margaret. She's 68. She retired at 66 after working for over 40 years. She did what society told her. She worked hard. She retired with $92,000 in savings and Social Security of $1,847 a month. Her monthly income, Social Security, $1,847 plus about $300 in savings withdrawals. Total, $2,147 a month. Her monthly expenses, rent, $875, Medicare plus supplemental coverage, $285, groceries, $180, utilities and phone, $210, car payment, $125, car insurance and gas, $95, medications, $187, everything else, $190. Zero, discretionary, spending. Every dollar is already spoken for before it arrives. There is no buffer. There is no cushion. There is no fun money. Last winter, her car needed $1,100 in repairs. She had to skip a month of medication to cover it. When her refrigerator failed, she put the replacement on a credit card she's still paying off. When her grandson graduated high school, she couldn't afford a meaningful gift. Margaret is not in poverty by official definitions, but she is one unexpected expense away from a crisis at all times. This is the median retirement experience in America. And here's the cruel part. An additional $200 a month saved from age 30 to 65 would have given her $350,000 instead of $92,000. That's $258,000 more. That would have more than doubled her monthly income. But nobody explained the math to her. Not in school, not at her job. Nobody sat her down and showed her how powerfully small decisions compound over time. So she didn't act. And now she lives on the edge every single month. That stops today, at least for the people watching this video. Let's talk about what actually separates the people who retire with $500,000 or more from the people who retire with $88,400. And I want to be really clear about something. It is not income. It is behavior. Consistent, specific, repeated behavior over time. Differentiator. 1. Automation. People who retire comfortably set up automatic contributions before they ever developed expensive lifestyles. The money moved from paycheck to retirement account before they saw it. They built their spending habits around what remained. People who retire with $88,400 relied on manual saving. They intended to transfer money when they could afford it. They could never quite afford it. Differentiator. 2. Savings rate. Comfortable retirees consistently saved 15 to 20% of income throughout their careers. Those retiring with $88,400 typically saved 5% or less. Same income, different behavior. The gap between those two bars is roughly $400,000. Differentiator, fiend. 3. Staying invested during downturns. Comfortable retirees didn't panic and sell when markets crashed. They held diversified portfolios and let time work. Those retiring with $88,400 often sold during the crashes, locking in their losses and missing the recovery. Investment behavior matters as much as investment amount. Don't let fear make your financial decisions. Differentiator. 4. entering retirement debt-free. Comfortable retirees entered retirement with little or no debt. Those retiring with $88,400 often still carry car payments, credit card balances, and home equity loans. Those debt payments eat the fixed income that should be covering living expenses. Differentiator. 5. Healthcare planning. A couple retiring today should expect to spend approximately $315,000 on healthcare throughout retirement. For someone with $88,400 in total savings, healthcare alone could consume the entire balance within a decade. Fund your HSA, research Medicare options. This is not optional planning. Let me show you something that completely reframes how most people think about retirement savings. 2 workers. Both earn $55,000 a year. Both have the same employer, 3% match. The only difference? One saves 5%. The other saves 15%. After 35 years, at 8% returns, the 5% saver has approximately $470,000. The 15% saver has approximately $1,080,000. Same income, same job, same employer match. One has more than double. The extra 10% savings, the difference between those two lives? It works out to about $460 a month, or $15 a day. $15. The daily cost of a comfortable retirement versus a financially precarious one is roughly the price of a modest lunch. That's it. Now, I'm not saying never buy lunch. I'm saying understand what you're actually trading. Every financial choice is a retirement decision. You just don't see it that way in the moment. The gap between $88,400 and $500,000 isn't created by big sacrifices. It's created by small daily choices, compounded over decades. The median retiree didn't choose to have $88,400. They chose a series of daily behaviors that produced $88,400. Okay, enough diagnosis. Let's talk about the prescription. Here's exactly what to do based on where you are right now. If you're in your 20s or early 30s, you have the most powerful asset available: time. Start contributing immediately. Capture every single dollar of employer match. That is an instant 50 to 100% return on your money. Increase your contribution by just 1 percentage point every year until you hit 15%. Invest in low-cost index funds, and no matter how tempting it looks, do not cash out a 401k when you change jobs. Roll it over. If you're in your late 30s or 40s with some savings but behind schedule, increase your savings rate aggressively. Audit your lifestyle expenses. Cut what doesn't genuinely add value to your life. Once you turn 50, IRS catch-up contribution rules kick in. You can contribute an extra $7,500 to your 401k beyond the normal limit. Use it. If you're in your 50s with little saved, hard choices become necessary. Saving 20 to 25% of income may be required. Working into your late 60s becomes likely. But here's the most powerful tool in your toolkit: delay Social Security. Every year, you wait between your full retirement age and 70. Your monthly benefit grows by 8%. That's a guaranteed 8% return. There is nothing in the market that guarantees that. And regardless of where you are right now, one principle applies to everyone. Action today beats perfect action tomorrow. The median saver didn't reach $88,400 through terrible decisions. They reached it through delayed decisions. The perpetual, I'll start next year, became, I should have started years ago, before they ever realized what happened. Learning that the median retirement savings is $88,400 can trigger two opposite reactions. Some people feel motivated to change immediately. Others feel fatalistic. If most people fail, failure must be inevitable. The fatalistic response is understandable, and it is completely wrong. The top quartile of retirement savers has over $500,000 accumulated. The top 10% exceeds $1 million. These people don't have dramatically higher incomes than everyone else. They have different financial behaviors maintained over decades. The gap between $88,400 and $500,000 is not created by income. It's created by consistency, priority, and time. Each person watching this video faces a choice. Accept the median trajectory and get the median outcome, or reject it through specific behavioral changes and create a different one. The choice isn't made once, it's made daily, through small decisions that compound into drastically different retirement realities. $88,400 represents the cost of default behavior. It doesn't have to represent your future. What you do tomorrow and every day after determines which statistic you become. I'm Tara. Make it count. If this video changed how you think about retirement, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. And share this with one person who needs to hear it. You might literally change their financial future. I'm Tara, and I'll see you in the next one.